Hi everyone, my name is Cathlin. I'm coming to you here from Massachusetts. What I have right here are 3 big boxes of SmartPak goodies. I actually work there, so I kind of have an inside scoop right now, which is really exciting. I got back from the barn, which means I got to pick up my Barn Saver shipping order. If you're not familiar with what that means, basically give us a call if you have a boarding facility or a corporate farm, and we'll get you set up with a Barn Saver shipping day, which means anything that ships on that day ships for free. It can be anything from a SmartPak order or to your supplies order if you need buckets and brushes and everything fun like that. So today was my Barn Saver shipping day pickup time. Fortunately, I don't get to the barn every day, which means they kind of accumulate and I pick them up when I can. Today was that day. So what we have here are 3 big boxes of SmartPak goodies to unpack. I'm really looking forward to it. So what I'm prepping for is fly season. If you haven't heard, Massachusetts had one of the worst winters ever. We were buried under snow for what seemed like far too long. But there is an end in sight, which means spring is right around the corner, which also means flies are coming out. I have 2 horses. One is a 5-year-old Percheron mix, and one is an 11-year-old quarter horse. My 11-year-old quarter horse, Playboy, really does not do well with flies. If he gets a bite, he gets a big welt, and that makes him uncomfortable. And really, that's something we try to avoid every single year. Kai, the 5-year-old Percheron, finds them more of a nuisance than anything. He doesn't have the same kind of reaction that Playboy has, but you can tell when he's running around his paddock that he's just not a happy camper when the flies are out. So every year I go through the whole routine of getting them prepped for fly season, and every year we do our best to keep the flies at bay. So this is my fly season prep kit, and I'm really looking forward to unpacking it. And I was actually prepared this year, and I got it before the flies came out. The snow actually helped with that. It gave me a little more time to get everything in order. So bear with me while we reorganize cameras, and I will get things unpacked, and we can see what I got this year. Surprise, surprise, I'm gonna start with the biggest box because all the good things come in big boxes, so let's check this out. As you can see here, it's pretty good size. It's got the SmartPak logos all over it. Have a great ride, which I love getting this at the barn because it's always a good omen that I am going to have a fantastic ride. Healthy horses. Let's see what's inside this one. I'm a big fan of the packing tape because it's not a huge struggle to get undone. I don't have patience for that kind of thing, so it's exciting. Okay, so these are my SmartPaks. Here we have Kai's SmartPak. It's got a lot of things in it. You can tell it's about 4 wells. So what Kai's currently getting is his normal Smart Hoof pellets, Smart Com pellets. And then for the summer, I add in the Smart Bug Off pellets every year. I've found that it works really well for him, so it's something that we've just gotten to the habit of doing every single season. One of the programs that I've actually looked into doing is the Equinox 365. If you're like me at all and can't keep track of calendars and dates, adding the Smart Bug Off at the right time can sometimes be a challenge. With the Equinox 365, they actually do that for you here at SmartPak. So what they do is you'll get Smart Bug Off based on your region during the summer, and they'll switch you over to the Smart Omega 3 Ultra product in the winter, which is fantastic. So then you don't really have to worry about changing anything, and it just comes with your normal SmartPak as it should. So that's something I might do this year. I'm really looking forward to it. But for now, he has his Smart Bug Off pellets. Let's see. I'm willing to guess that if Kai's SmartPak was in there, Playboy SmartPak is in there as well. So let's pull that out and find out. Okay. Packing slip. Always a good thing to have paperwork if you want it. And I'll get rid of this box over here. Okay. So as you can tell, Playboy's SmartPaks are quite a bit longer than Kai's. He has a few more years on him too though, so we're gonna forgive him that. Playboy's SmartPak. So what he's getting right now is the Smart Combo Ultra pellets, which I just love the kind of all-around support that he gets from that. And it also makes him eligible to enroll in Colicare, which of course he is enrolled in Colicare. So what that is if he ever does, God forbid, have a colic-related incidents that require surgery, he's eligible for a $7,500 reimbursement program, which is great, and it just gives me a really good peace of mind as a horse owner. He also has little Smart Muscle mass pellets in here. He is actually coming back from stifle injury rehab incidents, so we like to give him just a little more muscle support as he builds up his top line, especially after the winter. It's a good thing to have. And of course, my favorite Smart Bug Off pellets. I just love this for him because it has just that great bug support in there. Okay, oh, yes. It is Playboy's new fly sheet for the season. Okay. Here's Playboy's new fly sheet this year. I decided to go ahead and try the Rockin' SP quarter horse cut fly sheet because he is in fact a quarter horse. He's actually a long quarter horse. He takes an 80, 81 depending on the blanket and the sizing options that are available. And this happens to come in those long sizes, which is really exciting. And it's also cut specifically for quarter horses, which I think is a really good idea. The other thing I look for in fly sheets are that they are the softer material. So you can see here it's flexible and not really stiff, which if you've seen some of the fly sheets that are the hard mesh, I don't particularly like those just because I think they're a little more hard to wear and hard on the horse. As I mentioned, Playboy has a very thin skin in the summer, so I try to avoid any rubs that he might get. So these kind of soft fly sheets are really, really good. So as we can see here on the packaging, dump this back in here. So the Rockin' SP quarter horse sheet with the no fly zone. Basically what that means, it has a built-in repellent into the material that helps keep the bugs away as well, which is nice. The other thing that I love about this blanket is that it actually does come with a removable neck rug, which is fantastic. So he gets to be covered ears to tail, which as a horse owner I like. The other reason I bought this blanket is because it does have the UV protection. Playboy is registered floral, but I'm 99% sure he's a red dun because he has the fun dorsal stripe down his back. So he turns this really, really golden color in the summer, which is fun, but I also want to make sure he's protected from the sun wherever possible. So everything that we get in the summer I feel like has UV protection. So that's our fly sheet. Really excited to try this one. Zip that back up. Keep it clean for at least another couple of weeks, hopefully, till it goes back out. Okay, on to our very last box. Having trouble remembering what I bought, so be a good refresher. Do it all at the same time. The dog is back. So if you hear toenails, I'm sorry. Okay, I think I opened it upside down, but that's okay. Because right here, we have an upside down bottle of fly spray, which when you unpack fly spray, you're always holding your breath that nothing has leaked. But look at how this is packaged. It's completely wrapped in shrink wrap. So I'm pretty sure even if it had leaked in travel, it wouldn't have gone anywhere, which is pretty exciting. The sprayer also isn't actually attached right now. You can see that the bottle is screwed with the top on. So there's not too much leaking opportunity to happen. But if you did experience a leak, definitely just give us a call and I'm sure we'd take care of it. So if this doesn't look familiar, it's because it's actually a brand new fly spray this season, which is really exciting. It's the SmartPak Outsmart Fly Spray. It is 100% new to the market. I'm really, really excited to give it a try because every year I try a new fly spray and every year it's really disappointing. So I'm hoping that this is the one because there are a couple really, really good things about this one that I really caught my eye. So first of all, it's non-toxic, which the only fly sprays that do seem to work, I'm sure, are extremely bad. This one, however, is non-toxic. So I'm looking forward to see how this works. The other really interesting thing about this one is that it's safe for horse and rider, which means if we're going out on the trails, I can spray the horses down and I can give myself a little spray and hopefully we'll all be protected because there's actually nothing worse than when you get out there and you forgot to give yourself a little dose of fly spray, human or horse, and your horse is fine but you're dying. That's not an enjoyable ride for anybody either. So this one is going to be really good this year. We're going to give it a try. The other really cool thing that caught my eye about this one, and I said that already, but it's true, is because it repels flies, ticks, and mosquitoes, all in this one little bottle. Ticks are a big issue around here. If you've heard of Lyme disease, it's very prevalent here in Massachusetts, so it's something I'm particularly cautious of. Not to mention ticks are just really gross and disgusting, so anything I can do to repel them is something I'm going to give a try. If you haven't checked out the videos yet on the Outsmart fly spray, go look at it. They show a couple of videos of ticks and flies and how this actually works, and it's pretty amazing. So don't let the non-toxic ingredients throw you. Go take a look at the videos, because that's what sold me on it, even if it was really gross watching the ticks. But it's all for the better of horse kind, so we're gonna give it a try. Very exciting. What else do we have in here? Okay, well, as long as we're talking about fly deterrence, I also have Equispot here. So as I mentioned before, I don't make it out to the barn every single day. So it's really important to me that the horses have long-lasting fly control if possible. What I like about the Equispot, I don't know how many I bought. Let's see here. There it is. Okay, so you can see here I have 6 boxes of it. That might seem excessive to some of you, but I do have 2 horses, and if I buy the 6-box value pack at the beginning of the summer, usually gets me almost all the way through the summer, which means I don't have to worry about buying it, and I can just have it at the barn. So, like I was saying, I like having this on hand and giving the horses an application as directed, so that if I can't make it out to the barn, I know that they have at least some more long-lasting protection. So it's recommended only to apply every 2 weeks, which is perfect for us. So what I can do is apply this every 2 weeks, apply this when I actually go out. Between the 2 of them, we should be covered. So that is my fly approach. And again, this one is flies, mosquitoes, and ticks. As you can tell, I like the all-in-ones. So set those off to the side. Okay. Next thing in here are my Easy Boot Epics. Ta-da! Both of my horses are barefoot right now. It works really well for us. It's not perfect for everybody, but for my 2 guys, it works perfectly. So they don't have shoes on anywhere, front or hind. And while that works while we're doing arena work and everything like that, Playboy does have sensitive feet. He is a delicate little flower, if you can't tell between the flies and the no shoes but sensitive feet, which means that when we go out on the trails, he can get a little ouchy between the rocks and everything. We love going out on the trails just because it's new experiences and it's out in the open, and it's just something that both of us really enjoy. Every time we go out, we put on our Easy Boot Epics, and it cuts down on the ouchiness of stepping on rocks, and it just makes the entire experience more enjoyable. If you haven't heard of these, they're great. They're kind of like tennis shoes for horses. So this is actually the 2nd pair that I purchased for Playboy. The last pair I purchased approximately 5 years ago or so. They last an extraordinarily long time. I've loved every minute of them, so I was not hesitant at all to buy a new pair. They fit just around the hoof. You can use them on barefoot horses or horses with shoes, which is good. And they come with this ankle strap, which they call the gaiter. So if you do break this part, they do sell replacements for you, so you don't have to buy the whole boot. They are a bit expensive, but it's definitely an easy spend for me because it makes them more comfortable, and I'm not doing shoes every 8 weeks, which is nice. So 2 of those for 2 front feet. He doesn't seem to need them on his hind, but that's just him. You can judge your horse. If you decide to go ahead and get a pair of these, or 1 or 2, they are sold individually. So if you need 2, you will have to purchase 2. It's important to measure your horse correctly for these. It's best to measure right after a fresh trim to get the most accurate measurement. I actually purchased the wrong size initially a couple of years ago when I bought my first pair, because he didn't have a fresh trim and they ended up being too big. So there's an easy sizing chart online. Have a friend come out and help you. It's incredibly easy to do. And if they don't fit, send them back. They are a sized item. So you'll get free return shipping if you get them out and they don't work. Okay. I don't know how much I have left. Oh yeah, okay. I think that's it. We're close to done. What fly season wouldn't be complete without fly masks? Yes, that's right. I buy fly masks every single year because the horses, when they're playing halter tag, decide that it's a lot of fun to pull the fly masks off with them, which is great fun for them out in turnout, less fun for me when I have to buy them repeatedly. But it's a worthwhile investment. I know they help, so I don't feel too bad buying them. I'm in love with the Crusader fly masks. They come in so many different sizes and options that I've never had a problem finding one that works for my boys. This year, I've opted to go with the standard, which means it doesn't have the nose extension. Playboy doesn't have a blaze, so I don't have to worry too much about sunburn. Kai does have one, but he didn't have any issues last year, so I decided to go for less fabric in the hopes that it would be less tempting to rip off. Let's see. So we both have the standard here. The other exciting thing about this one is that with these fly masks, you can get them embroidered. If you've ever been to the barn in the middle of summer and everybody has their fly masks and everybody's going in turnout and they're getting ripped off in turnout because they're playing tag, it's sometimes hard to match up the horse with the fly mask. Not for my boys, because they have their names on them. So let's see here. Always with the ears too, a little extra protection. The other reason I like the Crusaders is they do have the forelock hole. You can pop that forelock out, let it breathe a little. Okay, so this is Playboy's. We can see here, see Playboy in bright yellow, mostly because I couldn't pick a color that I liked. But I think it turned out really well. It's not over the top and it's not a Sharpie, which is what I used to do. So to me, it looks a little bit nicer and I know that it's not going anywhere. So we have Playboys here. Let's see how Kai's turned out. Had to get two different colors. So Kai got to go with the royal blue. You can see here. I think they turned out really nicely. Yes, very nice. Okay, so Kai has his fly mask and his smart bug off and plenty of Equispot and my hopefully new favorite product that I'm going to try as soon as the bugs come out, Outsmart fly spray. I'm really excited for this one if you can't tell. So we'll see how that one goes. Let me tell you if this does work. I'm really excited that we offer it in the gallon because you know I'm gonna buy the gallon and just refill bottles. It's cheaper that way. Okay. Got our boots for when we're trail riding. And we've got our fly masks. And Playboy has his quarter horse specific fly sheet, which is pretty exciting. We're gonna try that. All of this together means I think we're ready for fly season. And while it did go straight to the barn, which means I got free shipping, even if it didn't go to the barn, I'm pretty positive I spent over $75. So it would have shipped free anyway. And even if I didn't spend $75 on all of this other fly stuff, I definitely spent over $40 on their SmartPaks, which means they would have shipped free. So anybody who's keeping track, I earned free shipping every single way possible. Barn Saver shipping, SmartPaks over $40, and everything combined over $75. So really, I'm the queen of shipping. Should you want any tips, just let me know. But let me organize this stuff a little bit more and we'll take a closer look and just make sure everybody's got good eyes on the products. And that way we can make sure that we are 100% prepared for fly season. And even if I'm not 100% prepared for fly season, that means I just get to shop more, which is really exciting. So if you have anything you know works really, really well, leave a comment and maybe I'll give that a try. So let's see here. So from snoring dogs and everything, left to right, we have my Equispot. Yay! Outsmart Fly Spray. My Easy Boo Epics are there in the back. Fly masks with ears. Nice and soft ears. With their names embroidered, Playboy and Kai. How cute. We have our SmartPaks all ready for breakfast and dinner. And we have the new fly sheet. Doesn't he look happy? I hope Playboy looks that happy. So again, this is the Rockin' SP Quarter Horse Cut Deluxe Fly Sheet with no fly zone. So I'm really excited to give that a try this year and see if it's our new favorite fly sheet. I sure hope it is. Ta-da! Fly season, here we come. We're ready for you.